Do you guys know the difference between small fiber and large fiber neuropathy? If not, I got you, bro. We just have to go back to this very simple physiology concepts which divides the nerves according to their sizes. So the largest ones are myelinated. They're known as the A alpha nerves that are used for muscle control. They supply the muscles. As you come here, you go into the sensory nerves. So you have the first myelinated ones, which is usually A beta, which transmits sensations of fine touch, vibration, and proprioception. Then you have thinly myelinated A delta fibers, which are used for pain and temperature transmission, as well as unmyelinated C fibers, which are also used for pain and temperature. Your autonomic nerves as well are considered small fibers. And this is a really pretty diagram I got off the internet, so you can look at it. So when you say large fiber neuropathy, you know that A alpha and A beta are involved. And yahan pe, the signs are more than the symptoms because you have loss of vibration, loss of joint position, muscle weakness, hyperreflexia, Romberg's, all of these which can be elicited. And these large fibers which are completely myelinated are prone to diseases that destroy the myelin. To simply put it, it causes weakness and coordination issues. Okay, this shouldn't be the first example, but let's think of B12 deficiency. You know B12 is necessary to form myelin and this causes demyelination issues causing large fiber neuropathy. Guillain-Barré syndrome is a demyelinating condition, CIDP, also a demyelinating polyneuropathy. So these are a few examples that you do not have to memorize. Small fiber neuropathy affects the A delta and C fibers. Here the symptoms are more than signs because the patient may have numbness, burning or shooting pain because of abnormal firing due to nerve injury, temperature insensitivity, orthostatic hypotension because autonomic system is also involved here. So these fibers are very thin and they're much more vulnerable to metabolic toxin injury or even ischemic injury. So you have early diabetes. You know, diabetes is a microangiopathy. So the vasa nervosum is affected. So your early diabetes always presents with small fiber neuropathy and later on other large fibers are affected causing chronic type 2 diabetes to also cause large fiber neuropathy. Then you have diseases like amyloidosis febris. So all of these essentially cause deposits or infiltration or accumulation within the nerves that are more vulnerable to this sort of injury. And finally, neurotoxic drugs as well. So, you know, a bunch of these chemotherapy drugs like vincristine, etc. This is the concept of large and small fiber neuropathy, and that's all I had to explain.